EmceeTV.
What's good, yo? It's your boy, that motherfucker Steve. This week on EmceeTV The Podcast, I've got my homeboy, Drama Mafia Music. And this is kind of a special episode because Drama's been out here in these streets making beats for me, pounding the MPC, and really getting it in for a long minute. I mean, we've been working together for a while, but we've been really dedicated and getting after it for 3+ years, cranking these tracks out. So, yeah, man, why don't you introduce yourself a little bit? Tell these folks how you got into music, and just give them a general introduction for the folks that don't know who you are.
All right. Drama Mafia Music. You've been producing for probably 20 years. I used to be an MC. I mean, I'm still an MC, but I don't really focus on it. Started making beats on like old drum machines and keyboards and karaoke machines. Grew up around music. Everybody did music when I was growing up.
That's when they did them on 8 tracks?
Yeah. Back in the 40s, you know.
Breaking up the tension here a little bit.
Right, yeah, for sure. Been involved with a lot of, I love the local hip-hop scene. Worked with a lot of artists from here, pretty much everybody. I mean, if I'm pretty chill. People want to work, we can work. Pretty versatile with the FL Studio, GarageBand, Logic. I've kind of grown into like the laid back, nerdy dude. This is like learning all of the new techniques and, you know, just trying to master my craft, you know.
That's what's up, bro. Yeah, I mean, shit, just sitting in with you watching you work, it's cool. You know, I'll come up with a concept, and you are real, you're real in touch with something. When I bring a concept to you and I'm like, hey, I was thinking like kind of an East Coast vibe, but you know what I mean? We want to have this flavor on it and something kind of like this. And you're like, oh, yeah, I got you. And then we sit down in a session and kind of start banging something out. And I'm like, yeah, but, you know, let's do this. And, you know, I mean, we've made some masterpieces, bro.
Right, yeah.
I think,
and that's the goal. Is I think as a creative person, man, to be able to make what's in your mind. It's even better when people collaborate, you know. So.
Hell yeah, I'm gonna fix your mic real quick, just because I think it's sliding a little bit. Let's get situated so it comes in nice and tight. You out here dropping gems on them. I don't want anybody to miss out on these motherfuckers.
Yeah, listen close. I'm dropping game on you.
You know?
Sprinkle you.
There we go. You were even talking about maybe doing some master classes and shit, just to kind of, you know, to show folks some of the stuff that you know and give back a little bit.
Yeah, that is a goal I have for this year, is to do some tutorials and like just give back to people who are trying to produce, and show that you don't need thousands of dollars worth of equipment to make music. If you got it in here, you can do it with your phone, you know. So
yeah, well, yeah, and I've even seen you bang out some sick shit just with GarageBand. You know what I mean?
On iPad,
a lot of the stuff, or even on your iPhone.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You said while you're at work, sometimes you'll have something pop in your head, and boom, 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 you just start whipping it together.
You're sitting there eating a French fry and then like, oh, got a little melody. So
yeah, that's sick, bro.
I love technology, man. It's crazy. What used to be like thousands of dollars is now like just comes with your iPhone, you know. So
yeah, that's dope.
What's up.
Hell yeah. All right, so let's talk a little bit about all the stuff we've done.
Okay.
You know what I mean? We started Back to Bars Volume 1 in 2019, I want to say.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When we had the studio over on the south side.
Yeah. And, because that's when we started fucking building the Cypher the first time.
Yep.
And you and I were just kind of sitting there fucking with it, and I was like, I was kind of helping you pick out some instruments and shit, and you was layering it and doing different stuff with it, and we ended up creating the track that is now known as the EmceeTV Cypher, with Cap, Mickey Fax, Ren Thomas. Well, as a matter of fact, Ren Thomas was the first person to jump on that. Mm-hmm. We should drop these names in the correct order.
Right.
Ren was the first person to jump on it. I think Cap did his verse, and then I want to say Mickey jumped on it, and then A Ward got on it last.
Yeah.
Out of Kansas City.
Yeah. And they killed that.
They really did.
Yeah. That song came together good.
That was a fun song to put together too.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Oh, and Homeboy Scratching.
Oh yeah, DJ Papa Cal. Yeah,
Yep.
can't forget the homie Cal. Shout out to DJ Papa Cal.
Yes, sir.
Back home in Kansas City doing his thing.
Yep.
You can catch him down there in the dot. He's one of the. Damn near might as well be a core DJ because he's solid to the core. Cal been down there for a minute. He was stationed up here for a minute, holding it down for Des Moines, and that's actually where I met him, way back in 2008. I think is when I started fucking around with Cal, and his legacy goes back to Tech 9, and he's been a guru on the wheels of steel for a long minute. You know what I mean? So
yeah, he's been involved for a long time.
Yeah, so it was dope to have him on the track, laying the cuts down.
Yes, sir.
But yeah, so we kind of got that going back in 2019, and then I think the Get Down was the next track we did with them horns.
Yeah.
With the brrrr.
Yeah. I think we kind of came up with that one together because you kind of had an idea, and I just kind of brought it to life.
Yeah.
And put the drums on it.
Yeah. That was a sick one. It was definitely cool building that, and then seeing what Ren did. Ren came at it again. You know what I mean? We were working with Ren a lot back then. Still do. Yeah. You know what I mean? Ren Thomas out of New Jersey, dope lyricist. He's got several projects he's dropped of his own along the way, but you can find him on everybody's projects. I mean, he's a savage with the pen game strong, lyricism. He embodies hip hop, and he's always touring, and really putting in work and dedicated to the craft. You know what I mean? The dude has a solid studio out in New Jersey, and really. When we went out there and worked with him, it was dope to get to see. It was dope to get to see, where he rocks at and spend the day kicking it with him, and really get to see all that. But Ren's, what Ren did on that track was pretty cool. I was up at Soundset when I got his reference track. He sent it back to me and was like, "Yo, what do you think about this?" And he really fucking set the tone for that track. Right. That was fun.
Hell yeah.
And then we got my little brother Cap, my cousin D Wood came through, and they both really flexed on that track, and they recorded that here in the Lightroom.
Oh really?
Yep. Yeah. When they came out here for, they recorded. How did that work? They recorded when they came out here for the JL show.
Oh, that's what's up.
And then JL recorded the next day here in the Lightroom. When he came up to perform, he dropped his verse, and then I think that was everybody that was on that track. I think that laced it up. But the cool thing about that was the JL verse we started before COVID, and then we worked on it all through COVID, and so it took a little time.
COVID put a pause on everything.
It really did.
Slow motion.
Yeah, and it was cool that we were still able to link up here. Yeah. You know what I mean? There was only a handful of us.
Right.
Homies up in here with the hand sanitizer.
Right.
Putting in work, and motherfuckers didn't know if the
6 feet.
Right. Motherfuckers didn't know if the plague was coming or not, but we was still gonna try and bang out these hip hops.
Right.
So we was pledging allegiance to the hip hop beats.
Right. Yes, sir.
But it was dope to be out here grinding and putting in work, and it kind of kept my mind off of all the craziness that was going on.
Absolutely, man. That's what music is an art form that lets you escape from every day. So
yeah, it was pretty dope to be able to have that release and be able to come here as kind of a safe haven and just kick it and kick it with like-minded brothers.
Right.
And I was here with my fam, and we were brainstorming on what we were doing next and the things we were doing and everything, and where we were going with it, and how things were gonna go. So that was dope. Got a little royalty in the building. The homie RJ just popped in.
Trying to be trying to be silencio.
I
still see you.
My brother was a lot quieter this time when he came through. Last time, he came up in this motherfucker.
Right.
Hey, I'm back. I'm here. Yeah. That might have been. I'm yelling
What's
in the
up,
mic
RJ?
and shit. I gotta stop yelling in the mic. This is gonna be a bitch to EQ later. I'm gonna have that. Homie's gonna be like, bro, quit yelling in the mic. I don't give a damn if you announcing me or not. You know. Might even have him slide in here real quick,
Right.
and yeah, he can catch a seat at the table. You know, we can make a little room, but yeah. So we did the Get Down,
Yep.
and that was back in 20.
That was 2021.
2020.
Yeah, it was 2021.
Yeah.
When we made the beat. Yeah.
Yep. And
And
then
put it together
it all
took a
got
little
put
while.
together
Yeah.
finally in 2021.
Right.
I'm adding too many 20s. It sounds like a TV show. It's 2021.
Right.
So
So that was the end of the Back to the Bars 1, right?
Yeah, I think in total we had 5 tracks on that one. I want to say you did 2 or 3 of them,
Yeah.
and the other homie Skrilla Scratch did 3 of them. I think we had 5 tracks total. You did 2 and he did 3,
Mm-hmm.
and that was kind of what we did for the EP.
Yeah.
And it was all mixed and mastered here with RJ at the Lightroom.
And our goal was to have it sound almost vintage, right?
Yeah.
And then
Well, I wanted to go back to that traditional boom bap hip hop style
right.
that really put a focus on bars. You know what I mean? The
Yeah.
record was called Back to Bars.
Yeah.
I wanted the vocals to have a focus and to really sit on top of the beat. And I wanted
give them enough space so they could kind of flex their
exactly.
lyrics, right?
Yeah. Something open enough that an MC could really jump on it and have some fun with it. And then RJ came through and did some cool dropouts and different stuff when
Right.
we were mixing and mastering it. And we really, I think the project came out cool, especially for a project that, you know, some people have a whole plan and an outline when they go into something,
Yeah.
and some people just start throwing shit at the wall and see what
Right,
sticks.
right,
you know what
right.
I mean?
Yeah.
And we, for both Back to Bars Volume 1 and we're on Back to Bars Volume 2 now,
Right.
which you have a heavy presence. I mean, you've produced everything on it so far.
Yeah.
And
We've
probably
stepped
will.
it up. Yeah.
Yeah.
And we've stepped it up, the production. It's still boom bap, but it's more modern boom bap. You know?
Yeah, but I think that people that are really into hip hop will enjoy what we have done with it and what we're giving back to the culture.
Absolutely. Oh, yes.
Yeah, I think that.
Still focus on the lyrics.
Yeah, and I think that that's always going to be my passion. You know what I mean? Like the four elements of hip hop, as far as I've been told and I'm concerned, are graffiti, the DJ, the MC, and the b-boy. You know what I mean? And so the DJ, in this case the producer, you know what I mean, has a huge, you know, he's just as important as the MC. But I feel like somewhere along the way, the stuff but somewhere along the way, hip hop had lost its focus, and hip hop was not able to. It lost its focus on bars. You know what I mean?
Right.
And I think people. We even kind of talked about this on the last podcast. You know what I mean? Like it was okay to drop mediocre bars or even just.
It's coming back though.
Stuff that people were calling mumble rap.
Right,
Yeah. I think lyrical shit is coming back in a major way. You got people like My Sone, Crooked Eye, Joel Ortiz, Corday, you know, and then you got the heavy hitters that are still out there like, I mean, you know, Eminem is a bar fiend, Royce the 5'9",
Right.
you know, there's a lot of people out there that are just spitters. You know what I mean? That really rap on that shit. You know, and like I've always said, back in the day, an MC had to pay his dues on the block.
Right.
You know what I mean? You couldn't call yourself a rapper if you an MC couldn't call himself an MC if you couldn't battle somebody. If you couldn't come off the top.
Oh yeah,
when
when we were coming up, you did not mimic anybody, or you were biting, or like, and you tried to. outdo everybody.
Yeah.
Even your homies. Like you're trying to eat your homies.
Yeah. I mean that meant something. You know what I mean? And nowadays, people will jack somebody's name or recycle a bar.
Right.
Or I mean, like all that. It seems like all that shit kind of went out the window, and it's like it's acceptable to
just
recycle
do the same shit over and over and over and over.
Yeah. Or even have a ghostwriter. You know what I mean? What do you think about ghostwriting?
What do I think about?
Yeah. Oh, I mean, you're a producer, but you're an MC too.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Okay, so for ghostwriting, I think that it's cool if it's like it's your dudes, right? Like the people you're around all the time. But because I mean, look at NWA. You know what I mean? Like
they did write for Eazy-E, right?
They wrote
at first, though.
Yeah. But that was his dudes, right? But like the higher.
But you're talking about a collaboration,
right?
It's not like Easy wasn't there,
right? Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
You know what I mean?
I think it's whack to like if you go online and be like, somebody write me a song, that's kind of whack.
They didn't straight ghost it for him. You know what I'm saying? Like I wrote this, but I was in
That's
prison and I wrote this song. You want it? Like
right?
Yeah, I can spit that.
Right. Cube was
the pen.
Yeah, he was heavy.
He had the golden pen in that group. So,
but that I mean
history though. So.
I don't know what they're saying. Lunatics like that too. I mean, I know Nelly was the face,
right?
Yeah, but was he the pen too? I mean,
Right.
there was someone that. I mean, I don't know this from the hip hop scuttle, but there was someone who went to jail in the camp, who was the writer.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, I don't know if that's
okay. I never heard that.
Fact check, I don't know, but
right.
I heard that there's every camp got their backstory.
Right.
Yeah,
but I heard they had a heavy ghostwriter.
Right.
Huh.
Right. I mean, I think it is what it is.
Ghostwriters.
I mean, it is what it is, but. To be an MC, you're supposed to be able to, like back in the day, if you just battle and somebody throw on a beat, you just battle right there. Oh, I'm gonna start at their shoes. Oh, and then work up, right?
Start eating them up.
Start talking about their haircut.
Well, that's a true MC, though, right?
Yeah.
Might even get on your mom.
Right.
Yeah. I mean, that's some true MC shit.
That's what
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Hey, Kofi, real quick, just to show. I mean, we adding additions to the podcast, you know what I mean? So we let y'all motherfuckers know this is real. We don't make no cuts. Kofi, will you flip this light on the left, bro? Just because I think it'll make
probably making me look blurple on this side.
It'll make it look it'll make it pop.
Like I look Sudanese over here and Ethiopian over here.
Last time you was like a ghost, but you fully with it this time. I mean, you had a little the white T-shirt. The white T-shirt gave it. You can't wear
focus today.
Can't wear white on the podcast. So,
what you done did, dog?
White.
Oh shit!
We lost lots of lights.
Everything. Pushing buttons.
I think all you did was flip all the lights on the back.
Do the same shit.
You just gotta turn the switches back on to cue the light back on.
Smiling.
He said sabotage.
How you gonna do that?
Y'all, it's a sabotage.
Hey, he could have did all that first. That's what you did first last time.
I was rushing it.
I love Kobe.
I was rushing it.
Hey, Kobe fucking cracking me up, though.
Hey,
I love that motherfucker, though.
So now we got. This is kind of the team that's been here for Back to Bar.
Shit, minute. I mean,
yeah. Aside from the various artists that we worked with along the way, this has been the team. Drama's made the beats. RJ's done the mixing and mastering. I've kind of helped.
Creative engineering
kind of help.
You know
what I mean? Well, no, I didn't finish the thought. There was some dots coming.
Yeah.
I was in the middle of a thought. But yeah, man, this has been the team from the jump.
Brainchild.
Yeah. This is, and I feel like I felt good about it the whole time. And so I'm in the middle of booking this tour right now. And I got a beep on my watch, so I thought maybe I was getting a phone call because I told Drama was like, I'm at the door. He's trying to get in, and I keep fucking hitting ignore because I'm on the phone with this tour manager who's routing this tour through Des Moines. Well, I'm making it go through Des Moines now, and and so this is some sneak release shit. I might have to bleep and put a little blur over my mouth here if I don't end up getting this tour just so I don't look like a jackass. So I'm not gonna say anybody's name, But I'm gonna tell these fellas that I
I'm
got
recording you right now.
Well,
I
No,
got
it's
it.
good.
Oh, shit, let me tell you the reason why I'm late to the podcast.
Okay.
Because we just got, my band, we just got booked at one of the big music festivals here in Iowa. I don't want to say the name yet because
Right.
we ain't closed the deal.
That's the same with me. I'm waiting
You
for
know
that
what I'm
phone
saying?
call.
You know what I'm saying? So,
All right.
but
To be announced
yeah,
soon.
for real.
Hell yeah.
So
Yeah,
it's one of the
hell yeah,
big
man.
ones, and
That's
they
what's
were, I
up.
was, like I told you, I was like, I'll be there in 20 minutes. And then they hit me up and they was like, hey, old boy
Yeah.
they was like, you need to stick around. I was like, but I said 20 minutes. They was like,
Right.
this is going to be worth that. So I was like, all right.
There's a little movement
Yeah.
and shaking going on
There's
around.
a whole lot of
Keep
movement.
things going
so
down,
Keep
friends.
watching. Keep watching.
So yeah.
So.
But Kofi, we did lose
The center
the
one.
center light somehow along the way.
Yeah, if you just would have hit the buttons on the back, you know what I'm saying?
I don't know what other lights we might lose here in a minute. So I'm
Look
gonna,
at his face.
he's got the biggest smile on his face right now. Normally a
I
motherfucker
love
be
it,
sweating
though.
a little bit.
He's
He's
great.
like, he look like
He is great.
he look like we ended up with an extra ice cream cone and he hits it. He's like, oh,
Oh, you
for
need
me?
a fresh ass snow
For me?
cone.
Yeah.
Hey,
Excited
the
as
raspberry
fuck.
flavor, bro.
I love that one.
Damn.
That's my shit.
Hell yeah.
I'm gonna
That's
say
comedy. Y'all let me see
Still-
it.
still not nobody can. Yeah, we're talking. We're good, but yeah. So it may the tone of the room may change here in a minute. You never know. It's
Why you got that
okay.
smell?
it's an ever evolving
That smile.
scenario.
Right. So, what was the next track we did?
So
Maze.
the maze we dropped. We've been working on it for a couple months. This one, so Back to Bars Volume 2 started rolling a lot quicker.
Yeah.
I mean, before I knew it, we had just closed out Back to Bars Volume 1,
Mm-hmm.
and we had 5 tracks in the can, fucking going.
Mm-hmm. And we stepped up the production because we was like, all right, we did the broke down. Now we're gonna just move it up. Just a
Yeah,
little
not
bit
so
more.
much just break beats, but
Right. Yeah.
still that same boom bap feel.
Yep.
But we made sure that it had a little more to it, a little more seasoning on it. You know,
Right,
a little
yeah.
flavor, a little more flavor
modern.
to it.
Yep. Yep.
And so we dropped The Maze. That is out now. You can check it out on EmceeTV. You know, I mean, I'll put all the socials down there for you, so make it easy. But it's right here on YouTube where you watching us at.
Is there gonna be a 3?
You know, I didn't get that far yet. I don't know, cause like I feel like Fast and the Furious can pull that off, where you got Fast and Furious 1, 2,
But you-
3, but after like 12,
Nah, but
it's
you know
like you
what,
gotta
though?
you gotta mix up the name maybe a little bit.
But no, I think what first one was East. You know, I think
Yeah.
Second one, I think we're more Midwest, right?
Do
We
that.
still got West and South.
That's true. We can just
You
keep
know,
it going.
I'm just saying.
I like it.
Just throwing it out there.
I like
Right.
it. And apparently the applause lights are going off,
Right.
so
You know what I'm saying?
we're getting some applause.
So,
Leave
hey,
a comment if you think that we
let
should
us know.
do that. If that's a good idea.
Yeah. If you fucking with the stuff that we're doing, you know what I mean. Definitely drop a comment because it helps with the algorithms and all that.
Absolutely.
And it changes our relevancy and it lets folks know that you're actually not bots and you're watching and you're real. Although the Russian bots are probably not working as much anymore.
There's a whole lot going on over there.
I'm not. I don't want to talk about it.
Russia's
I don't
good.
want to get my
Dude, I know that's all I've heard about today. Yeah.
non-political. I
I
care about my hood and my bread.
Right.
but
I mean, I care, but I don't want to care.
I
You
ain't
know what I
gonna
mean?
voice how I care.
well, and it doesn't. You know, it's not pertaining to this as much as it is. It was current event. I was
Yeah.
circling.
What I
it.
care about is the hip hop over there. I hope the hip hop over there finds a way to thrive. Hip hop normally always does.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I know Russians, they got some weird ass hip hop.
They got some
But
grimy.
hip-hop-
They got some grimy shit. Tech
So,
Nine
hey.
has featured some of them Russians.
Yeah,
on his hip-hop
they
stuff.
love this shit we do.
Yeah.
So hey, shout out to them. Good luck.
But yeah, for the Maze, the Back to Bars Volume 2, things started moving a lot quicker. We're getting ready to go to New York to go film the joint for the Maze.
Yes, sir.
Godamus did the verse and the
the
hook
Yep.
when he came up here in 2021. He dropped on that and kind of, set the tone for it and really got it rocking. And
I
then,
like working with him.
oh, I mean, he got a bad rap. A lot of people had, their opinions on him. I think Cess Crew, him and Ubiquitous were some sick lyricists. you know, they took it back to that Run DMC bar pattern where, you know, it was like 8 bars and 8 bars, or they would trade back and forth. You know, he would do 2, he would do 2, and they would, you know what I mean? It was the basics. Not to say they were basic by any means, but they took it back to the basics of hip hop with some sick lyricism, and even as independent solo artists, I thought the shit that they were doing was dope, and they get my vote. You know what I mean? Godimus was a dope dude. You know, I know people have their opinions on him, and
see, I didn't know any. I don't think I knew any of that shit before we worked together. But it didn't. Knowing it now, it's like, man, look, whatever, man. Everybody's got an opinion. And I done made plenty of mistakes.
Right.
Amen.
You know what I'm saying? Whether it was justified or I was just an idiot.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
I done did my shit too.
Yep.
So, hey.
Hey, if somebody ain't
Keep
mad, you ain't
pushing.
doing your job right. That's
Keep
how
it
I look
pushing.
at it.
You know
Yep.
what I'm saying?
Amen.
Who else is on there? We got.
But so we're getting ready to go to New York.
Yeah.
Ren is on that track.
Yeah.
We linked up with Ren one last time. Well, not one last time, but we linked up with Ren again, and we're actually getting ready to go out and film.
He reached back?
Yep. I talked to him.
Right.
I talked to Ren the other day, and he said, "Word, let me know. Let's make it happen." So Godimus, DNA just had a huge rap battle with Hollow the Dawn on URL TV. It was February 26th. Today's March 1st. So it was just this last weekend on Saturday, and it sounds like by those that viewed it that DNA held it down. They were two Queens MCs, a little bit of a grudge match there,
Right.
And there was a lot of shit talking on the face off in the beginning, and kind of, you know what I mean. It was building up to be a dope little grudge match type of thing. You know what I mean? And so I don't think that they disappointed at all in the actual battle. My little brother Cap is an avid battle watcher, and he subscribes to Caffeine and watches KOTD nonstop. And he watched the battle live, and he said it sounds like it was kind of a unanimous decision that DNA took the trophy on that one. So so that's pretty dope to see. You know, DNA came out, and I think Hollow has been, I don't know this for a fact, but I want to say Hollow's been battling longer, so I think that DNA, you know, kind of being the underdog coming up, I think that's dope that he was able to do it. But either way, it's dope for the culture, you know what I mean? When people battle, I think it sharpens your skills.
Absolutely.
And you know, if you're exactly, if somebody's battling somebody that they know is just a pushover, then they don't bring the A game. But if you got two gladiators jumping in the ring together,
it's gonna get serious.
It's a whole different thing.
They
so
gonna get on your moms.
Really start cutting.
Right.
So, so we're going out to film that video. We filmed with Godimus while he was in town for the performance in August, and we're going out to film with Ren and DNA. To drop the full music video, and that's coming. We're gonna film in about 3 weeks. So ideally within the next couple of months, you know, we're back with the music video to talk about on the podcast and really premiere and shed some light on and let everybody see what we did. So I'm excited to bring that. And then the most recent one that we got coming is It's Detroit. It was kind of under wraps. We weren't really letting everybody know. But
he didn't want nobody to know.
I was keeping it on the hush hush. But hey, we're all signing non-disclosures. Nobody's talking about shit. No, I'm just kidding. I mean,
don't even listen to it on your phone.
Nobody.
You signed with blood. we signed with blood around here. All right, we pledge allegiance to this shit.
Prick your face with the safety pin. Press against my forehead. Just kidding.
Real talk though, it was fun putting this one together again. You know, at EmceeTV, we link up with dope producers like Drama, you know what I mean? But we really search out the MCs that can really, really bring some heat. And I think when we cast that net out to Detroit, we really were able to link in with some dope MCs.
And we caught the energy of Detroit.
Oh, bro, this one's dope. It
sounds like Detroit.
Yeah. So it's the track's called It's Detroit. It's got Ty Ferris. You know, Ty Ferris is a Detroit legend. He's been out there doing his thing for a long minute. He has, I think he's on his 5th. I think he's on his 5th record. No cosign, just cocaine. And I mean, like it's basically, you know what I mean, like it's street music that is dope.
So I mean, he kind of went back to the roots or something.
He's a lyricist, you know what I mean. He digs deep, and he goes in, and he tells that gritty Detroit story.
And would you say kind of like how the Diplomats did when they came out with their shit, talking about their little, because that was a grimy little.
Joel Santana.
And that really introduced you to the Diplomats and everyone and how they did it. It was like, y'all, New York motherfuckers there is some weirdos. You know what I'm saying? But I ain't fuck with you.
Right. Oh, yeah.
But kind of like that?
I mean, yeah. Detroit, you know, it's difficult to coin Detroit anything other than that Detroit sound. You know what I mean? But I would say that this is similar to that in that, you know what I mean, the dope skill, you know what I mean, the heavy bars like Joel Santana.
I could say everyone spit heavy.
Yeah.
You know, mixing the record, you could tell, like, I could tell that this was a sound. You know, kind of like how when Atlanta came out with their sound, you know, you had an artist come out, you be like, ooh, okay. Yeah. Then another would come out, and it's like,
you can hear the content.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. And you go, okay, that's Atlanta. You know, mixing that record, I was like, okay, like, I've been to Detroit, I think, once.
Right.
You know, so
this about to be twice.
But it's listening to the record, it was like, okay, I'm curious to see what they're gonna be like. You know, like meet some Detroit hip hopians.
Right. Yeah, I mean, these dudes are veteran hip hop artists. Yeah.
That's dope.
Yeah. And so we got Ty Ferris. He was the first one. And actually, you know, I caught a little flack from the fellas on this one. We didn't have a hook originally on this, and we got some verses, and everybody did their verses, and we were working on a hook. And actually, shout out to my homegirl Jay. She originally did the hook on this, and after all the verses came together, I had kind of talked to her, and I said, hey, you know, every one of these guys is from Detroit, and I think that the hook really, I mean, she did a dope hook. She came through and killed it. You and her worked on that for quite a while. I had to run up the street and go get Matt and come back, and then she was done with her ad libs and everything by then, and so I wasn't even really actually able to be here for the full studio session that night, but you know, I came in and I got everything set up and you know, kicked it for a minute, and then I had to go and run and pick up Matt. But point being that I want to give mad respect to Jay, because she came through and really put in that work and did the hook originally. But once all those verses came in, everybody was talking about Detroit, and it felt like we needed a Detroit anthem to really come through and
bring it all together
and sew it all together, and kind of to put that focus on Detroit like the MCs that had written their verses did. And so when I kind of talked to her about it, she had some other projects going on, and she's actually on an all-female cypher out of Des Moines right now that they're in the process of putting together. So I guess it's
female cypher.
Yeah, she told me it's hard. She came through, and I guess she
loved the city.
She blew it out the water. So shout out to my homegirl Jay. Mad respect, you know what I mean? She's always putting on for us, and I'm excited to get her on another track, because what she brings to the table is sick. You know what I mean?
She's nice with it.
Her family has been out here for a minute. She's Jay Shade's family. You know what I mean? So they've been out here in the city.
Jay Shade, what up, baby?
You know, I think he's out in Atlanta holding it down now.
He got them nice little podcasts going on too.
Okay.
That's what's up. Do.
I haven't seen that, but I know. I remember back in the day. You know what I mean? Always watching him. He was opening at all the shows and really holding it down. And he was at Hip Hop Heaven. That was my mecca. You know what I mean? When I first came out here, you know what I mean? He worked at Hip Hop Heaven, and he was the one that was, you know what I mean? Besides Jermaine, he was the one that was the face. Anytime I go in there, he was the dude behind the counter. So, you know, that's just Hip Hop Dynasty for Des Moines. You know what I mean? That's a.
Dupree was there too. Dupree was there.
Yeah. I didn't kick it with him as much, but I mean, I just,
It's making me nostalgic, bro. Like, just
I know this thing. I was just thinking about it. Like, man, that was a long
time ago. Well, and I remember when Hip Hop Heaven was on Merle Hay when I first discovered it, and then it moved to University. Yeah. And then did it go back to Merle Hay?
Nah, I don't know.
I'm trying to remember.
To be honest, I think it stopped at University.
Okay.
I think that's where
But yeah, shout out to Jermaine, you know what I mean? Jermaine Parkey. He's been out here doing his thing for a minute and really
all kinds of areas.
Yeah. So he's always been a dope dude. And shout out to Jay. Appreciate you, Jay. So all in all, we had Ty Ferris. Jay came through and helped with the verse. I'm sorry, the hook, but we didn't end up using that hook. Marv 1 had in that timeline there. Marv 1 had turned in his verse. Marv 1 is a legend. Marv is huge on the battle scene. You can see him all over KOTD, really holding it down and flexing and doing his thing, and really, I mean, he's a Detroit legend. He's in the Eminem movie 8 Mile. He's in the Eminem movie 8 Mile in the deleted scenes as the actual dude that battled Eminem.
Really?
Yeah. So when he had like a laryngitis or some kind of a cold or whatever that was fucking up his vocal cords, and they wanted him to save his voice for the movie, and so he wasn't supposed to battle any of the MCs, and he was just supposed to kind of lip sync.
Like in the movie?
Yeah.
He probably couldn't help himself.
When they were filming, and Marv tore him in two, and so he turned the mic on and was like, all right, you know what I mean, whatever, because
real MC ain't gonna be able to lip sync. You can't pretend that.
Yeah. So, but yeah, Marv's roots go way back. You know what I mean? He came up in Detroit, and he's been holding it down, battling on the street for a long minute, and really doing his thing.
Battling's really coming back, huh? It's really,
bro,
it's like it's hitting sport.
It's hitting the mainstream kind of level.
You know, so I talk about that Scribble Jam and whatnot frequently on here because Scribble Jam was my first. That before the YouTube was as big as it was, the Scribble Jam DVDs about that same era of Smack, you know what I mean? Like 2001, Scribble Jam was the battle mecca. You know what I mean? That Eminem battled in Scribble Jam, Rhymefest battled in Scribble Jam, Iron Solomon, Illmaculate. A lot of these MCs that you're seeing in these leagues started off battling at Scribble Jam in Cincinnati, and it was put on annually, and it was hip hop mecca. I mean, they had a whole wall of blank slate canvas for graph artists to go out there and do their thing and really paint the wall, and they would judge that, and it would, you know, they would decide who had done the best there, and then they would also they would have MC battles, beatbox battles where motherfuckers would actually, and I mean cold beatboxers, bro.
They got some crazy beatboxers out there.
Yeah, next level dudes. And then they had DJ battles, and for me it was always the MC battles. You know what I mean? That was really, you know, people like Recognize and my homeboy Black Pegasus. Black Pegasus battled out there. His moniker back then was Your Mama's Pimp, and he battled Rhymefest. He battled in the championship.
Yeah.
And Black P held it down. It was, I mean, Black.
I like that.
Yeah. Black P held it down, and you know, I mean, he said he locked himself in the basement and with a pen and a pad and just,
about your mama.
you know what I mean, was sitting there coming up with, you know, working on his bars and really dedicated to it. And that's, you know, that's a lot of these MCs in their pen game. You know what I mean? They're not halfway in, halfway out with a foot in, a foot out. You know, these dudes are dedicated. You know what I mean? They're full-time MCs that are. Right. You might have a 9-to-5 pay your bills, but these motherfuckers are in it to win it.
Hey, it's funny though. They be trying to get on motherfuckers' mamas.
Oh yeah.
They get up your mama real bad.
Light you up.
Light your mama up.
But yeah. So we. So Marv 1 was the next one that we got on the track, and then we closed it out by getting Fat Father on there, and I gotta give mad props to my dude Fat Father. You know, to see this dude's transformation, I want to say he's dropped like 100 pounds. This dude's been in the gym nonstop. You know what I mean, just grinding and really focusing on his health. And the dude's a Detroit legend as well. You know what I mean? He's been holding it down. His last LP was called Soccer Dad, and the shit's dope.
Sorry.
I've been bumping it now, and I feel like I might have fucked that up a little bit. I'm pretty sure it's called Soccer Dad.
That's funny though.
Yeah. It's got the minivan on the front, and it's him. You know what I mean? I think he's holding a soccer ball or whatever. But the dude's got like 4 LPs out. And he's nasty with the bars. That's what we were looking for on this. Still, you know what I mean? Dedicated to the MC and really holding it down. So I think that Kofi's giving us a countdown. You don't got to change it every 2 minutes, bro. I trust you.
He done made it big.
I know, right?
It went from 8 to 16 in font size.
Yeah. But I appreciate it. We got it. I'm wrapping it up. I'm getting long-winded here, but yeah, you know what I mean. This is just paying respect to the dudes we've been fucking with and the dudes that really have been holding it down for us because we got the full team here tonight. You know what I mean. So it's
it's
cool. It's all good. You know what I mean. Life happens.
Rough day.
Right.
Rough night.
It happens.
Working.
Hey, sometimes it happens.
But yeah, so we're going to Detroit as well. You know what I mean? There's been things we've been hinting at and then we've been saying, and we're going to Detroit.
I'm gonna get some chicken while we're there, and some more spaghetti.
Some spaghetti.
But I gotta get some Detroit chicken.
Oh, you know what?
You gotta get chicken.
So Jay didn't end up doing the hook.
Yeah.
Who did we have do that hook?
I know who it was.
Who was it?
It was that motherfucker Steve.
Oh yeah,
His debut.
I did. I got to jump on. You know what I mean? I've been on the back seat for a lot of these, and you know, getting not the back seat, but you know what I mean. I
behind the scenes.
Yeah, behind the scenes. I got to really.
He decided to get his feet wet.
Yeah, you know what I mean. I said,
I wasn't
fuck
gonna
it.
say the D word. Byron said.
Yeah. Detroit. D is Detroit.
Yeah, Detroit.
But you know, I will say, without the help from these two homies, you know, I never written a hook or delivered one, and I had no idea what the fuck I was doing, and without these two fellas, I couldn't have done it. So mad props to you guys.
And it came through right.
Yeah, you know,
right.
It was a good feeling. You know what I mean? When it was done, I was like, ooh, you know what? You know what I mean? Like when you accomplish something, you know.
That was hook number 2.
The military shit you did, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You're like, you may want to give up along the way, but then when you get to the end, you're like, you know what?
Let's do it again.
I did it.
Let's do it again.
Oh, well.
Yeah, I never said,
Yeah.
You gotta do it again.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we got a couple more we got to finish, so probably will end up having to write another hook.
There we go.
But yeah, you know what I mean? There was a certain amount of gratification when I was done, and it felt good. So I definitely appreciate that. I'm gonna try not to be so long-winded. I'm gonna let you motherfuckers talk a little bit because I feel like
Steve addicted to the mic, bro.
Hey, it happens, though.
That motherfucker Steve solo.
It's about round number 3.
Yeah.
That's when everyone's like, okay, I know what I'm doing now.
Fuck it. Here we go.
Okay, dive in, motherfucker. Dive in.
Shit, you ain't said nothing but a word. I'm ready. I wrote some new shit today.
What's up? The microphone's over there. We can turn it on.
Yeah. It was kind of like some goofy wordplay, cocky shit, but you know, I mean, we'll see what happens.
Like 90% of the shit is.
Right? We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. But in bigger than me news, a Forbes writer came out and he dropped kind of a ranking of the highest paid MCs for 2021. And yeah, does anybody want to take it? I mean, anybody want to take a guess at who they were?
For what, this year?
Last year, because we're into the beginning of this year. Right?
For the past couple years, ain't nobody had it locked down just like Jay-Z.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, on all aspects. I mean, either him. Snoop's coming up there, but his moves ain't been as public as Snoop's.
Dre's a billionaire in hip hop royalty.
Man, but I say Jay. You know, and look who his wife is.
Right.
I mean, shit.
Yeah, that's a power couple.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like that's you got to do something.
Yeah. So it was Jay-Z.
How much?
So he sold off part of his title catalog. And so, or I mean, maybe not his catalog, but he sold off part of his,
like a percentage of his business
of what he owns of Tidal, the streaming service. Because I think
Tidal.
Yeah. Him and him, Kanye, and somebody else started Tidal.
Okay.
And I think he sold off a portion of his shares.
So you think he's trying to get away from Kanye?
Well, I don't know about that because number 2 was Kanye. Jay made $450 million last year, and Kanye made $250 million. But Jay is a 1.5 billionaire with a B, motherfuckers. I said billion. That's when your money makes money, and it makes money, and it makes money.
Get somebody watching the money, that's watching the money, that's watching the money.
You know,
that's watching
man, that's
the money.
what I want to do.
Right.
Yeah. So
Jay, take me on. Let me be a student. What's up?
You know who? Hang on 1 second here. Let me swap. One time for the rhyme. I got a pocket full of dead ones.
I told you, Kofi, never use the gray ones for a podcast.
Uh-oh. It's too late. We're in the mix. You know we're going live. It's live. So sometimes batteries die. Hopefully they don't die twice during the podcast. These are dead. Those are going in a different pocket.
We adapt.
The gray ones are not for these microphones.
But number 2 was Yee. Kanye made... Oh, I apologize. I blew past it. Jay did a good chunk of his money from also an alcohol venture. He sold off as well. So I think he still owns Ace of Spades. That wasn't listed as one of the assets that he liquidated.
He said, I'm done with the business. Give me my bread.
So he cashed in on some shit. So that was kind of cool. You know what I mean? It definitely... He made $500 million last year, and that kicked him up into the $1.5 billion according to this Forbes list. So that's pretty dope.
That's ridiculous.
And then Yeezy, Kanye, made a bunch of money off Yeezys, I guess. And so his clothing, apparel, shoes, whatever, he made some dope money on that. And he came in at $250 million. So that's kind of where I was at. And a cool addition to that, I talk about him a lot because he's my homie. Motherfucker showed me mad love. It's my brother, Tech 9. Tech sold a portion of his streaming services. So of his catalog. He's got eight full records were sold to a streaming service for an unreported amount, digital only, and he was able to kick up his net worth considerably. So he came in at number 10 on this list. But
really?
But he came in beast mode for a deal that he did with some of his streams. So much respect to Tech 9.
Shout out to my man.
Yeah, that's my brother. And you know, we was just talking about he's going to be back here May 4th or 5th, I want to say.
I think it is May 4th.
Yeah. So I think I invited you the other day on Facebook. Yeah. So
all the homegirls was talking about
that. Amanda or whatever. Yeah. She got kicked out the last show, but
did she? Anyway,
motherfuckers was boxing. But Wiz Khalifa was in the list for his Khalifa Kush and different things that he was doing. So you got a lot of honorable mentions in this list. It's cool to see, you know, young hip hop entrepreneurs that have paid their dues and really given back. You know what I mean? Jay does a lot to give back, and you know, when 21 Savage was in a bad spot, you know, Jay came to his aid, and Jay's really trying to do a lot of dope shit to kind of give some direction to some of these younger artists. And so I think that you know, that's dope.
That's what's up.
Speaking on hip hop, a book, and Detroit, a book about Jay Dilla was just I don't know if it's quite released yet.
He's been getting some pub lately.
A lot of respect, yeah. Dan Charna wrote a book called Dilla Time, and it goes into the whole history of Jay Dilla. I mean, young artist passed away at 32, unfortunately.
Yeah.
And
way ahead of his time, 20 years ahead of his time.
He really was dope for the networking that he did.
Yeah.
Bringing a lot of people together.
And his influence.
Yeah.
I mean, he influences me. The weird drum patterns.
He created a whole new feel.
Yeah. He changed drumming.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, he did.
Well, and they said he wasn't afraid to take chances. You
Right.
know what I mean? Like he would go out and he'd have fun with some shit and go, hey, let me see if this works. You know what I mean? Just for fun. So
that's how you gotta be.
Yeah, that's pretty dope.
Doing those patterns like that aren't on the grid. That's Jay Dilla influence. I do that.
Yeah.
Like just nudge it off the grid, like just a little bit or behind it.
Yeah.
Or put the kick behind the grid. Yeah, like that's Jay Dilla.
That's dope.
That.
So mad respect to Jay Dilla and I think I'm actually gonna try and check the book out. I think I'll probably buy it.
Yeah.
So maybe we can post it up out here once we get it. We'll show some pages from it or something. And who knows? Maybe when we're in Detroit, I don't know if Dan's from Detroit or if he was just passionate about Jay Dilla, but maybe we get an interview with Dan while we're out there and talk to him a little bit about his project and what inspired him to put it together. We got the countdown running. The clock is on. Kofi said 24 minutes, so we got to wrap this up real quick. Nas is always in the mix. You know what I mean?
He wasn't up there in the top 5, 10.
I didn't see his name listed. But he is he's a dude that does a lot of stuff behind the scenes. You know what I mean? We've mentioned.
Might just be keeping it private.
That's true.
I mean,
we've mentioned his.
I would.
Yeah.
His investments in Ring
get
Doorbell.
all kinds of relatives you never talk to.
Coming out the woodwork.
Right? Yeah.
Cousin RJ. Right. What up? I don't know.
But
I'm on something.
Right.
I haven't seen you since we were 4.
Remember.
And you used to take my toys.
Right.
Oh, my motherfucking Legos back, bro.
Right.
But Nas owns, or I don't know if he owns or just partnered up with Mass Appeal, but he invested millions of dollars into Mass Appeal, which is, that's the company that, I think they're a media company, because I think they do not only record releases, but they also do other media related things,
interviews and stuff.
Yeah. But he released his last album, King's Disease 2, through them. But he also has teamed up with them and Sony Entertainment on the other podcast with BD. I was from Urban City Magazine. I was talking about the Cypress Hill documentary. I didn't realize Mass Appeal was the company that was putting that together, but Nas and Mass Appeal are, hip hop's coming up on its 50-year anniversary, and so in respect, as an homage to that, a lot of people are doing cool things and paying respect and giving back to hip hop. And Nas is one of the people that has teamed up with Sony to drop several documentaries. One on Cypress Hill, Insane in the Membrane. That's supposed to come out on Showtime in April. And then they're also doing one on Bushwick Bill from the Ghetto Boys.
Really?
Good Ghetto Boys.
Yeah, Texas Pioneers. You know what I mean?
They laid it down hard.
Yeah.
That's Scarface too. That's legend. That's legendary.
And Willie D.
Stuff, yeah.
You know what I mean? So
Ghetto Boys.
I couldn't find a place to rest. And that was what was that? My mom's playing tricks.
Yeah,
that was a clean sample.
Yeah, they did a dope job. So and then The Savage Life of Lauren Padilla. I'm not real familiar with that one.
I don't know who that is.
But we'll do a little digging and we'll figure out who that is. It was one of the 3 that they were talking about in the article that I read. So it's something that they're dropping, and maybe it's somebody that was behind the scenes as a record exec that paid his dues and really put on for hip hop. So we'll do a little more searching on that, and you can too. You know what I mean? Check out Mass Appeal, Nas's website, and see what's going on. In a little bit crazier news, Drink Champs has an episode that ain't even out yet, and a lot of MCs get on there, and it's DJ Effin and Noriega, and they get on there and they have some cocktails.
I used to mess with them heavy.
Yeah. They get on there and they have some cocktails and they have some fun and they shoot the shit. You know what I mean? They have everybody on there. Busta Rhymes. You know what I mean?
Pretty much everybody we've spoke about.
Yeah. That's. I mean, they run the hip hop podcast.
Right.
I mean, in terms of rankings, they're probably up at the top.
Yeah.
And The Game was recently on there.
Oh shit.
And the episode's not even out. It's so fucking new. And apparently The Game just did the Dondra 2, is it Dondra 2 release that Kanye just did down in Miami. He had a huge release for his new record. Maybe it's just called Dondra. I thought it was called Dondra 2, but it's named after his mom. And The Game was down there for the he performed at the release, I guess, party, the release party or the release concert or whatever that Kanye was hosting. And when he went on to Drink Champs, shortly after, he was quoted as saying, Kanye did more for me in the last 2 weeks than Dr. Dre ever did. Did in his entire career. Same difference. And so a lot of people are kind of going, damn, shots fired at Dr. Dre. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, that's...
Dre did your first record,
right.
the documentary, and he had a lot of hands in that second record.
What did Kanye do for him?
I know Kanye did a feature on the documentary with him, and maybe some production.
He must have did a lot of behind the scenes shit. For him to say something like that?
A lot of people are thinking that the Super Bowl show had something to do with it. Because the game wasn't at the Super Bowl show.
Well, it's not.
Right. And so they were thinking, I mean, there's been speculation on the internet that the game was thinking maybe he would be on there. Now, I mean, that's not confirmed, and that's not something we're saying. That's just speculation that was circling.
I wouldn't expect really the game to be on the stage with 50 Cent, Dr. Dre.
I think 50 and him are still not cool.
I mean, yeah, that was not cool.
I mean, they had some major beef when...
Yeah, I mean, and at the same time, 50
the
and
Super Bowl
gamers
people were all like legends.
Yeah, and it's like
that's all.
He's more of a student. I mean, he's a legend in his own right, but I don't know. I don't think that claim's valid, but that's just my opinion.
Right.
It's something to be said there.
I mean, everyone got something to say.
Right. And so, so I don't know. I mean, we'll leave us something in the comments. Let us know what you think on that one.
Yeah.
There's gonna be a lot more music coming from the three of us. Check out Back to Bars Volume 1 by EmceeTV, with lots of production by my man Drama Mafia Music, all mixed and mastered by my man RJ, right here at the Lightroom in Des Moines, Iowa. Yep. Back to Bars Volume 2. We already dropped some singles off of that. They're floating through the inner sphere of the internet. Yes, they're being filtered out. I got an email today. It said it has reached stores. So release date coming soon.
Yes.
So gear up, get your headphones on, and prepare to hear some dope fucking hip hop. You know what I mean?
Yes, sir.
And where can they find you at, my brother?
YouTube, Drama Mafia Music. Actually, just Google Drama Mafia Music and I come up.
Okay.
Yep.
So, and you can always find RJ
wherever you want to find me.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
RJ Music. Type it in there to pull up everything related to me. You'll find me.
Yeah, the Lightroom.
And that's ARJYE Music
with the hyphen.
Now you ain't gotta add the hyphen and all that.
Oh, it'll pop up.
That's just what I feel like being jazzy.
I like it. Let's put a little pizzazz on it. All right, it's your boy that motherfucker Steve, my man Drama Mafia Music, my homeboy RJ. We out.
Peace.
East to west. Brand Thomas. Yuck mouth. Spice one. Look. Every 16 I pen in his pad, comparable to Maryland heroin bags. See, this the repercussion of them delicate raps. You selling these cats, y'all pop chains from peddling fast. We been known to snatch a piece or two. Y'all can't take over cause we gon' eat the you. Rock steady like a ginger brought Aretha through. This shit torture and I'ma keep feeding you. On that East Coast shit, y'all better duck down. Price on his dome, 5 on it like yuck mouth. When the plug get knocked, that's when the price jump. American Nightmare, that's where the Spice one. Rappers running like Ricky in the alleyway, putting an end to the week, no Saturday. They want static, get it shaking like Cassius Clay. Passionate thugs mixing Douce with Alizé.
Don't play with us, them goons ain't got you safe enough. Yelling fuck them like Smokey off the angel dust. My life's so real, sounds like I made it up. Been up so long, I don't remember waking up. Dangerous, sharper than a razor's touch. We hit that strip and get the cake up. God hate us.